Hi guys, today we're going to be doing another hero battle. So this is a battle I've been thinking about for a while now. This battle is actually the reason why the series happened. So I made my team and I wanted to see, should I put Kensei in my team or should I put the Monkey King in my team? So this gave me the idea of why not to make a video on it. So yeah, this will be my video. I promised this one quite a while. So yeah, Monkey King versus Kensei. Let's get into the video. Okay, so let's start off with the Monkey King, because I think this is a good way to start off. He's a single target enemy, not enemy, single target hero, which can also interrupt, who can also interrupt, and he's an assassin. I think he's one of the best assassins in the game. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. He's a bit annoying to get. You can get him from the event shop or elemental summons, and if you're lucky, you can get him from an epic summon. I've never gotten him from an epic summon, and I've done like 1,200, like over 1,000 of them, so yeah, maybe I just have bad luck. Let me know in the comments if you've ever got him from an epic summon. But yeah, maybe I've been unlucky, but I'll show you how I buy him. I almost always will go to the event shop. Oh, it's expired. Oh, well, there's always a periodic event store. You can get the Monkey King for 10k, I'll show you. I have 3 copies of him. You can get one for 10k if you buy 2. You can get them a discount and you can get 14,000 to get 2 copies of him. That's how I get him. Now let's get into the comparison. So skills. Cloud Strike is his first ability. This is where the interruption happens. It does 260% of attacker's damage, and it will also attack other enemies. So yeah, it inflicts radiant damage, which is always very good. And yep, and pretty simple really. Now let's look at his ultimate Majestic illusions. This summons 2 clones. He turns the hair on his head into 2 Monkey King doubles that fight at his side. Pretty simple really. And the doubles have some of his abilities and attributes and mirror his skills in battle, so pretty simple. At the highest level, level 4, the clones will have 90% of Monkey King's attack. And when a clone is active, taking fatal damage, it instantly gives 40% of max HP to the Monkey King. But it will also consume a double, so you lose a double. So it's both, it's a positive and a negative. This can make the Monkey King very hard to kill, and his clones very hard to kill and very annoying too. Which is the aim, I guess, because you want your clones to last for a long time. Now let's look at Piercing Eyes. This is an auto cast ability, which is always very good. You don't have to click extra buttons or hit your screen more than you have to. 50% of attack is dealt as radiant damage, and it increases the attack speed by 30%, which is very good actually, because if the attack speed goes up, you can do more attacks in the same amount of time, and therefore more damage in the same amount of time, so that's very good. And subsequent damage will also ignore enemies' armor, so you're doing more damage and you're ignoring the armor, so it's just incredible. It's just incredible, yeah. Very good ability. And also, you don't have to have him too high up Star Wars wise to unlock it, which is incredible. Now let's look at the Rod Smash. Okay, so this does AoE damage. And what's special is that it's not just the Monkey King. His clones will also do AoE damage. It's just incredible. It's just more damage, and that's why the ultimate is so important for this guy. You need to have the ultimate on so you can have clones and they can all do damage. And personally, I don't use the Rod Smash if it's available and I'm close to my ultimate. I'll always wait for my ultimate. So I almost always have my ultimate active. When it's active, activate it straight away. I don't waste time trying to time it or whatever. So then all these other abilities can be used at the same time. So it does AoE damage, he does it, his clones do it, and it's all radiant damage as well. And it can also stun enemies for 4 seconds, which can come in clutch if you use the stun at the correct time. And it also increases critical rate whenever damage is dealt. And obviously, more critical rate, more critical damage. It's just simple, really. More damage, good ability. Now let's look at a Rod Mastery. The Monkey King and his doubles will do 5 attacks and apply the Sun Mark. When damaged by radiant damage, this will trigger an explosion if the enemy has a sun mark, obviously, which will do sacred damage. And the good thing about sacred damage is that it will ignore defense, and it's equal to 90% of the Monkey King's attack dealt as damage. So if you say your opponent has a tank, he has 3 of Eon, Shield Vigilante, and they've given themselves 1,000 extra defense, 1,600 extra defense. Well, Rod Mastery will just ignore all that defense. Sacred damage, 90% more damage. Ignored everything. It's just incredible. I mean, I'm sure tanks hate it, but it's a very, very good ability. Now, before we move on to Kensei, let's quickly summarize Monkey King. Essentially, he can do AoE damage, he's an interruption, he's got doubles, he can increase damage, he can ignore defense, he can heal himself, he can increase attack speed, increase critical rate. Incredible. I mean, have I missed something? Is there something else you would like? He's just so good. So, now let's move on to his unlucky opponents. I mean, anyone against high level Monkey King's unlucky, but let's go on to Kensei. Kensei is by no means a bad character. Kensei is a very good character. At the start of the game, there's a pack for 99 pence where you can just get a copy of Kensei for free. I would buy the pack. So let's get into the abilities of Kensei. First, Duper Strike. This is very similar to the Monkey King. It just summons a doppelganger or a clone. So one clone stays for 8 seconds, but each hit does 26% of attack damage, and it's 90%. But Monkey King, is 90%. But Kensei also does 30% attack damage and interrupts, but clone-wise, the Monkey King's clones last longer and they do more damage, so make of that as you will. But this attack also does extra damage from Kensei, which is nice. Now, Strikes of Obscurity. So Kensei becomes damage immune whilst doing this ability, which is just overpowered. It's incredible. And 200% of attack is dealt as damage, and it deals 12 cuts, so it attacks 12 times when you get to level 4. And there's a chance of summoning another Phantom, i.e. another clone, behind the enemy lines, which is very, very useful. But this ultimate is not nearly as good as the ultimate of the Monkey King, because you don't get as many clones and the damage isn't as high. But the damage immunity is very, very useful. Now let's hop over to Death Strike. So this is a very, very strong attack. 400% of attack is dealt as damage and 100% chance for a stun for 3 seconds, which is incredible. The stun can come in clutch. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know how much I love stuns, heroes that can stun. If dealt at the right time, this can win you the whole game. And the massive damage is just a plus. And the skill's critical damage will also go to 50% if you're using the level 3 skill. So yeah, incredible attack. Now let's look at Sword Saint's Wrath. 200% of attack is dealt as damage to most of the enemies, so the enemies which are nearby to Kensei. And after landing a critical hit, there's a 65% chance to reset cooldown, which is incredible, obviously, because reset cooldown, do the attack again, and then do more damage. So yep, that's incredible. And while active, Kensei's damage reduction is increased by 50%, which is just overpowered. So yeah, that's pretty simple really. Very good attack, deals damage, and yeah, can reset cooldowns. Now let's look at one with the sword. Okay, so critical rate goes up by 19% and the duration is reduced to 3% when moved up to the highest level, to level 4. So critical rate bonus increases to 19% and trigger duration is decreased to 3%, which is incredible. Obviously, the less the duration, the more often you can use the ability. And each critical hit will reduce Strikes of Obscurity's cooldown by 1 second, which is just incredible. So yeah, just an all-round incredible ability, reduces cooldowns, and yeah, just lovely, I guess. And the plus side of Kensei is he's a fire type hero, which means he is much easier to upgrade. So let's go over to Stardom and show you rank up. It's much easier to get souls of fire type heroes The only thing limiting how quickly you can level up Kensei is when sometimes you need to use another copy of Kensei to upgrade him. Other than that, it's not that difficult because you do lots of epic summons. You'll get lots and lots of fire heroes and from elemental summons as well. So yeah, it's just incredible, really. That's a plus side to the Monkey King, who is much harder to level up and obtain. And let's quickly summarize Kensei. He can summon clones, deal AoE damage, but one of the downsides is he's got no healing. But he does have an interruption, high damage, and can reset cooldowns. Okay, so who do I think is better, Kensei or the Monkey King? Well, I think the Monkey King is much better, but harder to obtain. If you can't obtain the Monkey King, or your level is too low, or you don't have enough gems to actually get this guy, go for Kensei. Kensei is also an incredible character. Heck, some people even have both of these characters in their teams. I'm not gonna do that because I'm gonna have my Death Warlock in there. But I think the Monkey King is better. He summons more clones, he does more damage, he can ignore defense, he can heal himself, he can increase attack speed, increase critical rate. Yeah, it's just incredible. So I'm gonna choose the Monkey King over Kensei. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Am I waffling? Am I wrong? Am I right? And please let me know what other hero battles you wish to see. Okay, so guys, please like and subscribe, and thank you. Have a lovely day.